Let's finish up our discussion of style by going more in depth into concrete and figurative language. So, why is it important to use vivid or concrete language? Well, first of all, concrete language is language that can be experienced through the five senses, whether that's sight, smell, taste, touch, or hearing. Vivid language grabs attention by appealing to the five senses. We are sensory creatures. We respond to sensory stimulus. This is especially important in speech. When you're asking someone to visualize a concept, for instance, liberty or beauty, this concept is very subjective. It's really up to you to create a strong impression in the audience that reflects how you view that intangible term. Sight images work very well in presentations, and you can use visuals as a way to convey sight images. I'm going to use a few examples from Robert Frost's poems. He's one of my favorites and uses details in a really great way. Take a look at this example of visual imagery. You can also use smell imageries or olfactory images. These images are often used metaphorically. Have you ever heard someone say the sweet smell of success? That's an olfactory or smell image. Here's an example from After Apple Picking by Robert Frost. Note that it's not really the scent of apples, but the essence of winter that actually makes this an image. You can also use taste images. So taste images are related to flavor. They have to do with tasting things. In this example, we can taste the Atlantic and Pacific salt. So Frost is asking you to imagine what it would be like to walk through an ocean, walk through a beach, and smell those scents. You can also use sound images in addition to actually using audio in your presentation. The use of the word rumbling here helps you visualize and understand what it would be like to hear all of these apples coming in load by load. Another kind of image is feeling. You can either create an image that has to do with touch, with the way something actually feels, or you can use an image that talks about an emotional feeling. Another way that you can develop your concrete language and vivid details is to use comparisons and use metaphors. Metaphors are a great way to also develop the logic of your presentation. Metaphors can help you understand something abstract in a concrete way. Metaphors basically work by pairing an abstract target and a concrete source. Here's an example. Life is a roller coaster. In this case, I am pairing something abstract, that's my target, life. Life is abstract because everybody experiences it differently. It's never the same from person to person. My concrete term here is roller coaster because whether you picture it a few different ways, a roller coaster is essentially the same, and you can experience that through the five senses. So, what is life if life is a roller coaster? Life is a series of ups and downs. Sometimes it's exciting, sometimes there's anticipation, sometimes it's kind of scary. Here's another famous metaphor from Romeo and Juliet by William Shakespeare. What's abstract in this example? What's concrete? If you said that Juliet is the target, the abstract, and the sun is the concrete source, you are correct. In this case, Shakespeare is using the sun to help us understand how Romeo feels about Juliet. To him, Juliet is the source of all light. She is the center of the universe. She is literally hot. What do you think Elvis is saying in this metaphor? What is love like if it's like your tongue getting tied or your insides shaking like a leaf on a tree? Metaphors can help us understand what's subjective or individual in an objective way. For more on metaphor, check out this great TED Talk by James Geary. Let's recap. You've learned that memory is really about internalizing, and that style is all about language. Next time, we'll talk about delivery, not only developing an effective vocal image, but using nonverbal elements like body language and eye contact in the most effective way possible.